Well, absolutely. And firstly, good morning, Priyanka, and let's start by looking at Wall Street. Then Wall Street is coming off a mixed trading session. The 30 stock Dow rose more than 228 points, or 0.5% thereabout, to close at a record high. So those were the kind of levels that you saw coming in for that there. It was a largely mixed handover coming in, because when you take a look at the S&P 500, you do have gains of about 0.1% thereabout. Nasdaq Composite lost about 0.5%. So those are the kind of moves that we're looking at now. Investors, of course, on Tuesday will be passing through retail sales data for August for one final glimpse into the health of the US consumer ahead of the Fed rate decision, and that's the one that we've been watching out for. And the Wall Street really is on standby for the Fed's long-anticipated rate cut, a move that could, of course, help boost earnings growth for companies following a backdrop of steep borrowing costs as well as high inflation. So that really is something that we're really watching out for. And the Fed first embarked on its aggressive hiking campaign in March 2022. So it just does remain to be seen what really happens in terms of what the Fed does. Now, traders are currently pricing in a 67% chance that the central bank will be easing rates by 50 basis points. So it's just what is currently being penciled in. And in other economic news, of course, you do have industrial production as well as manufacturing production data that is due out for August, along with September's National Association of Home Builders Market Index as well. So that is something that we're all watching out for. When you take a look at the European markets as well, European stocks closed lower as investors passed for that bumper week of interest rate decisions from the US Federal Reserve as well as the Bank of England. So that is really something that we're watching out for, Priyanka. But what is really the picture that is shaping up in oil?
All right. Well, oil has been the key news to track on. Oil price has climbed nearly 1%, but the news is not good here also. It's on the reason behind the price rise is hurricane impact, that to be ahead of the US rate decision. So that means crude, which was already consolidating at lower levels, some respite has come in, that in sense of the oil prices have climbed in nearly 1% on the Monday, and that was because of the ongoing impact of the Hurricane Francine and output of the US Gulf of Mexico, which is offsetting the persistent Chinese demand concerns. So there has been concerns about the fears of slowdown across the globe, US, China, and that's what has kept the oil prices in check. In fact, that was consolidating at lower levels only. But then not a very respite news, because of course that's the another tension which seems to be coming in because of the crude, which is what we saw, that it has risen 1%.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.